Eddie, I will always start the stream to say what up, man. Hello. Thank you so much for popping in, Eddie. Hope you're doing well, man. I missed you on the last couple of streams. I don't know. I think you might have been here on the Monday one. I did one on Wednesday. You were missed. Just so you know, man. It's good to see you. Hope you're having a fabulous... I think you'd be on Saturday now. You're living in the future, dude. So, other than Eddie, hope you're having a fabulous Saturday, Friday night, whichever, you know. I'm here. And yeah, so, like I said, Friday Funday, man. So I'm super excited to be here chilling. And look at me go, man. I'm super proud of myself. I've been consistent for once in my life. Hell yeah. If only my mother could see me now. Well, she could. She just doesn't turn on the stream. Yeah. So life update. Things are going well. Got good news for certain things that have been going on in terms of job stuff I've been dealing with. So super pumped about that. Honestly, very relieved. I just feel like I'm kind of getting the sign from the universe that it's cool to just move on and just keep doing exactly what I'm doing. So super happy about that. Just tying things off with a bow before I move back to my hometown and yeah, continue doing what I'm doing here on this stream. So super pumped about that. If I'm a little disorganized today, just go with the punches, okay? Because I did not prep this one. It's Friday Fun Day. You don't need to prep. No homework. No homework for the weekend. I'm working all weekend. There's always homework. So, yeah. If I'm a little, oh, Danny T. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Danny Tio. Love it, man. I don't know if the follow thing ever goes away. But there it is. There's the follower thing. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. It is nice not having a script or anything up next to me or what my order or list of things to do is when I can just sit here and chill. See, I don't think this follower thing is going away. Go away, damn you. I'm gonna fixate on that now. Cause I fixate. Speaking of fixating and being and streaming things, I got copyright striked on my YouTube channel. Super disappointing. I'm really upset about it. Because I went to check today just how my stream was doing from Wednesday, and I just pull it up on the YouTube app to check it out, and it was gone. See, this thing is bugging out, and it's bugging me. Go away. So, yeah, I go to look up this video, and it's not there on the app, and I'm like, what's going on? Maybe the app's not refreshing, maybe something. So I log on to my YouTube, and boom, there it is. That I have been, by Al Jazeera News, I have been copyright striked, like a full strike, not even just a copyright claim where they're telling me to take it down. They literally striked me and my channel, which sucks. That's never happened before. So super disappointing, to say the least. And I was fixated on it for hours because I needed to figure it out. And I was like, should I, like, what should I do? Should I pull down like a ton of content from my channel? Because like I've watched other videos on my channel during the streams. I figured that's just how it works. And yeah, it's still a learning process. So I'm gonna try this follow thing again. Yeah, it's just not going away. But yeah, so the latest update I can give you from that is I emailed them personally asking them if they could please take down the strike, and I will cut the content out of my video that I have of theirs. They claimed a 68-minute video, and I only have their video playing for 7 minutes of the stream. I don't think that's really fucking fair, to say the least. So a little disappointed about that, but we'll see. I'm hoping for good things, and if not, the strike comes off my channel in December. 90 days. You just have to take a little coursey poo. It actually takes like 5 seconds. You watch this video and you have to answer 5 questions. It's not even that bad. But if I can get it taken off like altogether, that would be amazing, and I'd be very happy about that. So into some of like the fun things that I want to talk about today. No politics, which is great. Although Eddie only could pop in, but he'd be happy to know. No politic talk today. At all. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Which is just the way I like it. I don't know. That's one thing actually I meant to talk about is I'm thinking of taking this stream in a different direction. Look, I've gotten kudos from a few of my friends who have watched the stream and everything like that. And I really appreciate the good positive feedback as well, because it means a lot to me. But I'm getting this all set up for recording. But I'm not like I was thinking to myself the other night, and it was after I did that video on the Mr. Beast news, which I actually cared about because I love YouTube, everything YouTube, Twitch, like all that stuff. You know, I'm pretty invested in. That's actually the first story we're going to be talking about today, is some add-ons to YouTube and Twitch that have been announced. And then I talked about the Lebanon attacks and the pagers exploding, and I'm not super well versed. Like, I have base knowledge, I would say. I don't know if I have average knowledge, but not enough that I can make I can decipher what's right from wrong. I can't necessarily give you a well-rounded, educated opinion on the affairs in the Middle East. That's not who I am. So I was thinking to myself, like, am I really offering anything to you guys, to the viewer? And what could I do in order to offer those who are watching, taking the time to watch me, what could I offer? And, you know, I think doing more of mental health and advice and things along those lines would mean a lot more to me, and probably a lot more to you, because there's so many situations and different scenarios that, you know, people don't necessarily want to talk about. And I have no problem sharing any of that with you and my opinions on matters like life things and all that, because hey, I've been through a ton of shit, and I like to think I give good advice. Not that you should listen to it all the time, but it's definitely something like I would like to kind of pivot to, where it's not just news. Like, it's more talking about personal, in-depth things that matter. I should start reading books again. That might help if I was educated. I'm not a book reader, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I'm a tech guy. I'm a tech guy who has a problem. I can't stop thinking about how that follower thing wasn't working. So anyway, let's just get into what we're talking about first off the bat. So YouTube announced major updates to the platform, including, so this was all done at, was it called YouTube made on YouTube? So tons of different things that they were adding. We'll get into that. We'll start with like the basis. YouTube announced major updates to the platform, including Hype. So this new feature called Hype. All right, name. Users will be able to hype videos from rising creators, and the top videos will appear on a leaderboard. So nothing new here. Twitch has done that, where obviously the viewers can pay to boost a video and boost them to the top of the list in the category that they are streaming in, which is good to see as well. And then you had AI. They're implementing AI auto dubbing. Again, I've said this before. I don't mind AI when it's taking away very mundane, tough tasks. Like, for example, on Premiere Pro, you can use the AI in order to dub and subtitle a video. That is super helpful. Instead of me listening to it word for word and dubbing it and subtitling it myself. Those are assets from AI that are actually valuable in my mind. They aid the person creating, not do it for them, but aid. Because like, you don't need to do all of that. I think the more creative process is creating cool fonts for it and doing, you know, and you're also, that's enabling users who are hearing impaired to listen as well, which means a lot. And then, so auto dubbing, this will allow creators to generate audio translations of their videos for different audiences. Apparently there could be different languages coming as well. And then GIFs, a system to send creators jewels in live streams similar to Twitch's Cheer. So a few pages out of Twitch's book as far as some of the features go. So here's the full article on blog.youtube. So Dream Screen gets even dreamier with Google Deep Minds VO. Last year we showed a dream screen which lets you generate backgrounds limited only by your imagination in YouTube Shorts. It's already in the hands of millions around the world, but we're just scratching the surface of what's to come. We'll start integrating Google DeepMind's most capable model for generating video. So don't love the AI on that. There is a decent amount of AI, but I also can see that it's trying to help people be creative to a degree. So it says for the first time, you'll also be able to generate 6-second standalone video clips for your shorts with the help of VO. For example, if you're looking through your footage and you feel like you're missing something, to help tie it all together, you can effortlessly generate a singular clip that fits right in your content you've already captured. I'd be curious to see how well that works. I don't think it will. A new creative partner. This was a cool idea. Inspiration tools. Coming up with fresh, engaging ideas can be challenging. So we're giving the inspiration tab in YouTube Studio a makeover, creating a brainstorming buddy empowered by generative AI. It'll help curate suggestions that you can mold into fully fledged projects with video ideas, titles, thumbnails, and outlines to match your style. I thought that was really cool. I mean, an AI assistant for that type of stuff, I think that is, again, valuable. I think it's using the technology for good, because sometimes you have an idea or you have part of an idea and you never know. Again, I haven't found certain AI tools to be that useful, especially when I use them on Photoshop and other programs, mostly Adobe, where you're typing in and you're generating something off of that. I haven't really gotten a great response off of the prompts that I've put, but you never know. Like, you give them half an idea and like maybe it comes up with something, or you say, what would be a great thumbnail for this topic? And it gives you a better idea. I always go with the creative route. You should create it. You should think of what would be eye catching. But hey, if you need it, I think this is also a useful tool. Next year, we'll introduce a new shortcut that takes you right to the inspiration tab anywhere you find inspiration, like the top of your comments, other videos, and even your own catalog. So it is suggesting thumbnails that are generative AI. Don't love that. Yeah. So that's shit. And I'll say that with my fucking chest out. Anything AI is absolute junk when it's actually creating it for you. Then the new feature, communities, building deeper connections with each other. There's a special connection between you and your most loyal fans on YouTube, the ones who are always there, like Eddie. Eddie is always here. Whether he pops in and leaves or he is always present and accounted for. It's the kind of loyalty you love. The ones who are always there, never missing a moment, and we want to embolden you to connect even more powerful ways. More than just comments, communities. Your very own corner of the internet, right in the creator's channel, will be the central hub to discuss videos, share fan art, connect with like-minded individuals, and build a vibrant sense of belonging. Communities are available now on a handful of channels, and we plan to test it with more of you this year before we expand access to channels early 2025. So the way I saw this was described online, it is a Discord chat or server for your YouTube channel. I think that's amazing, especially for someone like me, where I see people who are utilizing Discord for their communities and fans and everything, and I have no idea how to set that up at all. I am such a boomer when it comes to that shit. There are some things tech I just don't know. And then here's the highlight thing that we were saying. So to go into more detail about the hype, spotlight rising stars with hype. Turn up the volume on those rising stars you can't stop talking about. Hype gives people a new way to show support for emerging creators they believe in. By hyping a video, fans have shared a purpose to connect their favorite creators to new audiences. Videos with the most hype points will be featured on a special leaderboard. So we're getting a new kind of trending page, increasing their chances of discovery and recognition. We'll be testing it already in Brazil, Turkey, and Taiwan, and we plan to expand it to more of you in the coming months. So I think that, like, obviously as a small creator, I think that's super empowering and great to have as an option. I don't necessarily would want my fans to or listeners to be spending money to get me to the top of a list. That would be their own decision, but I would never advocate for that. I would hope that the quality of the content would speak for itself, but hey, remains to be seen from me. So again, with the auto dubbing, community hub as well. Here, a new community, even more avenues to build a business with the platform. So here's the gifts powered by Jewels. We're introducing Jewels and gifts, digital items that can power real-time fan engagement while unlocking another way for you to earn, which I think this was definitely needed as well. And they saw how powerful it is on Twitch, because there's so many ways you can earn money on Twitch. And a lot of people have been obviously jumping the platform when their contracts have ended. As you've seen, big streamers going from YouTube to multi-streaming back to Twitch, because there's so many avenues to make money over on Twitch for streaming, and the streaming avenue is so much better over there. It is, like, even just me having migrated my stream over to multi-streaming now and onto Twitch, it's so much better. You know, you find awesome viewers like Eddie who pops in and engages in your stream, which is like astounding. I don't think I ever had that on YouTube, and it's like hard to like have that happen, especially organically. So that's super. So, and like there's that, and then all the streaming tools that come with your profile and everything is super important as well. So it's good to see them bringing over some stuff, and that they're still dedicated to live streaming on YouTube. So we'll first launch this on vertical live streams in the US, making it easier for viewers to react, express excitement, and hold on one second. And actively participate to add more magic in the moment. Expanding YouTube shopping. This thing on the side is really cool. I just want to like showcase this if I can zoom in here. So this right here, look how cool that looks. So they are creating, so it almost, my voice cracked. They're creating this so it almost looks like a Netflix thing where if you have an episodic series, you can create this whole backdrop on it. Hello, Chippy. My dog has joined me. Love it. So you can create this whole with the thumbnails all perfectly set up in season 1, season 2 episodes here. And then you get the cool backdrop. I think that looks amazing. I honestly think that's it. I think it's an amazing flex, because if you don't know this, a lot of streaming services, like you name them all, Netflix, Disney, Amazon, the big 3, even Apple, what they're very jealous that Google and YouTube has is user generated content, because obviously millions and billions of dollars go into making tons of shows and content and like paying for the rights to certain content. But with YouTube, they continuously are getting more and more content, quality content made. And you're seeing the elevation of that, obviously, that came with like Mr. Beast's content and certain shows like that. So, and then of course you had, I don't know if YouTube still does those produced programs. I think that ended with, maybe it didn't. I don't even remember what it was called. YouTube used to do a series with like big creators. But yeah, I think that that's super innovating, and I think it's just such a flex to say, yo, we're going to fucking make it look like Netflix, and we're not paying any money other than paying the people the AdSense. So very cool. So I'm super happy about that. A few negatives that came with the hype feature that some people are saying is, does YouTube's new hype feature sound like a pay to win? And yes, I do think that there is some potential for that. Who knows? People could create accounts and then they could hype their own videos up to the top. Or people are always talking about industry plants, or if it's a company that wants to promote its video, companies are already paying for advertising. Why wouldn't they just pay the hype train or whatever the hype thing is to hype them all the way to the top? So it's definitely going to be on YouTube to be monitoring that, and for any nefarious actions as far as it goes on that list, it'll be very interesting to see how abused it is. It's kind of up in the air right now, obviously, but I think it could be cool. Someone actually did break down the entire hype thing and how it's like really good for YouTube. So YouTube just announced this, and it's the thing called hype low-key genius. Imagine you're scrolling and you see a wonderful video from a small creator. You want to do more than just like and share. Enter hype. Okay, here's how it works. You get 3 hypes a week. Oh, okay. So you're not necessarily paying for it. That's pretty cool. You get 3 hypes a week to boost videos you dig. It's like a supercharged upvote. More hypes equal higher on a special leaderboard. But here's the thing. It only works for creators under 500,000 subs and vids less than a week old. Plus, there's small creator bonus so the little guys can compete. That's awesome. Why is this smart? It turns passive viewers into active supporters, of course. People want to support the up-and-comers, give smaller creators a shot at blowing up. YouTube gets more engagement without messing with the algorithm. So, yeah. This is very impactful and could really grow the community, and it's obviously going to really showcase talent and what's speaking to users. So I really appreciate this, and I'm super happy about it. See, this is actually great. Again, if you're botting and you're getting everyone to use their hype on your video, so that's where the nefarious shit comes in, right? Would you hope people wouldn't take that away? But there is a a little teaser for Monday. On Monday, we're going to be talking about the dark side of YouTube and content creation and the people who are just in it for the money. And it made me sick to my stomach. And that's coming on Monday's stream. In just the first 4 weeks of our beta tests in Turkey, Taiwan, and Brazil, users hyped over 5 million times across more than 50,000 unique channels. It's not about killing the big creators. It's about giving the underdogs a chance to be seen. It's currently being tested. Let's be real. Socials feeling stale. Some big accounts, same content, rinse and repeat. Very true. Mr. Beastification, if you will. You either don't get seen or you go ballistic. Okay. I don't get seen. I'm not going ballistic. It's just, you have to move with it. If I can give any piece of advice, I've been doing this a little bit consistently for 2 weeks now. I've been doing this live for 2 weeks, so listen up. No, I've been honestly invested in wanting to do content creation since the inception of YouTube. It just never was, I was never told it was a viable thing, and I never told myself to dedicate my whole being to it. It was kind of something I would be like, yeah, I'm getting back on that train and I'm doing it. And it took me until the age of 32 to say, no, I want to try to do this full time. If I can make it work, I want to do this any which way. Not any which way, but you get what I'm saying. But my biggest piece of advice to anyone is that don't get mad if you're not getting views or anything. Just keep making your content, trying to make it better, learn from your mistakes, and eventually you're going to come to fruition a amazing product that you're at least proud of. And that's what matters. If you're putting out something that you care about, that you're passionate about, that matters to you, that you can, that you're proud of, and you can just sit back and say, I did that. I don't care if anyone else likes it. I love it. That's what matters. Don't get lost in trying to chase the algorithm, because I don't think you'll win. Hype. It's the CPR for the internet dream. Suddenly, that person making weird videos in their bedroom could be tomorrow's viral sensation. Just like the good old days. It's bringing back the Wild West vibe of early YouTube, when any random video could blow up overnight. I totally can see a hype type feature for platforms like X and Twitter too. I hope it takes off. It's about keeping the internet weird, creative, and unpredictable. So yeah, hype might just save us from an endless feed of polished corporate content and put the social back in social media. Maybe it's the domino we need to get other social platforms to do the same. Let's see who/what internet decides make famous next. Time to make the internet weird again. Yeah, so I think that's a super good point. Absolutely hyped about that one. Ha 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 ha. Shoot me dead. All right, guys. I gotta go grab some water because I'm super thirsty. And I'll be right back. Did you guys like my hypeness? Can you hear the ads? Hell yeah, everybody. Okay, I'm back. Here we are. Let's keep going. I like having a little bit of music on the go. Okay, and then like I said, this is all just fun, nice creator kind of news. So Elgato said that they actually came out with a new mixer, Wavelink 2.0, which is a major update for what their current software was, and it looks pretty cool. Did I stop the music entirely? Or did I mute it? Oh no, it's still there. I just couldn't hear it in my headphones. So obviously, I mean, Voice Meter Banana is amazing. Of course, there was going to be someone who created a competitor from a real company. I shouldn't say that. From a big company to compete. So this is that. So, you know, if you're a little nervous about downloading Voice Meter Banana and like all the plugins and everything that goes with that, you can now download Wavelink 2.0 from Elgato, and you're getting the same thing that I assume would be way easier. We're changing the way audio routing works. No more going into Windows audio settings. See, that's a huge deal. That you right there. You have to do that with Voice Meter Banana. Just pick up an app from a drop down. Wavelink takes care of the rest. Oh, that's pretty cool. So even now, like I have the Rodecaster Pro 2, and that thing changes settings on its own every now and again. Even last stream I did, I had an audio error off the top where I couldn't hear any of my music coming through. So that was super frustrating. So that's really cool. And I have to also go into the Windows audio settings as well all the time in order to fix that. So that actually is really cool tech. But unfortunately, if you have a board, it doesn't really matter. If you have a board, it doesn't matter. Yeah. What else is there? We're also introducing grouped channels. For example, I have Slack, Zoom, Discord, and Teams all running into my comms channel. I have a Chrome, Safari into the browser channel. Wow, that is really cool. So they clear, you know what? This is what's really good. I will say this. When you have companies like Elgato, and Elgato just knows their fucking... I know like their market is the gaming and streaming community. They know that. It's good to see that they know that, and they're innovating their products to just fit what is needed for the consumer. And I really do appreciate, instead of just putting out bullshit like every other corp. Wavelink can now host any VST you want and make fine-tuning your VST setting. Elgato compressor. That's pretty cool. So in-app mixing or audio effects. Stream Deck is ideal, so you can basically control all of it via the Stream Deck. Super cool. I love it. Oh, I just realized none of you were privy to this. So that's what it looks like. Right here, you have tons of different things and options going in. No, I love it. Like I said, I think it's a company that knows who their consumer is, and they're listening to them, and they're innovating for them and to help them with tools. And it's not AI. God bless. You love to see it. Okay, moving on. Now for some announcements that Twitch is making to the platform that's kind of changing. That is a little bit better. Twitch announced bans on the platform will be more transparent. In a chat, an excerpt from the message will be sent to the user in an email. Streamers will be sent clips of their violations so they understand why they were banned. Streamers and chatters will be able to appeal. This is 100% clearly because of the whole doc scenario. If you don't know the context behind that, Dr. Disrespect, obviously one of the biggest streamers on, well, once on Twitch, still on YouTube. Obviously, through a lot of controversy, he was banned from Twitch in 2020, and we found out what that controversy was. He DM'd a minor on the platform, and you can believe his story or you can believe the truth, which isn't his story, unfortunately. But this is why I think Twitch, because there's a lot of he said, she said type shit, right? where there's no definitive proof coming out. That's what sucks. There's been nothing published or proven or shown to prove either side's argument in the matter. And that's why a lot of people still defend and support Dr. Disrespect. If the guy hadn't come out and admitted it himself and now trying to gaslight his fucking fans into believing that that was some fucking 1,000 IQ play to bait journalists. I'm sorry, it wasn't. And you're talking to someone who was a huge Doc fan. So they're clearly doing this in order to allow for the transparency so that nothing like this situation happens again. It's a clear and concise matter, and it won't be there. It won't be up for debate as to what happened and speculation of why there was a ban. Twitch CEO announced shared chat is launching next week. So shared chat. I thought for a second they were going to let YouTube comments be on here. No, that would have been cool, but no shot. When multiple streamers go live together, their chats will merge on all channels. Sounds like a nightmare. I think they're doing this because like you're getting a lot of IRL streams. So I don't even know how you're going to be able to read those chats. Dude, there are people now, like the top streamers on the platform on Twitch, and I can barely read their chat. I don't know how they do it. It moves so fucking fast. It's astounding. But still cool nonetheless. Oh, and then this is a bit of like, come on, Twitch, what are you doing news? Obviously, Twitch, you good, microphone? Obviously, TwitchCon is this weekend, and here's your swag bag for attendees. They feature thumbsticks that say TwitchCon and Chevron, so a sponsor, a little plastic bag, a little shitty plastic bag, and acne cream, a sample of different acne cream. What are you doing? What do you do? I know you're losing money, but what are you doing? I don't know how much tickets are, but I could assume that this is a pretty piss poor swag bag for your fans that are coming out to support this giant conference that you throw each year. What are you doing, Twitch? Oh, a little bit of a pivot now. So away from social media things, I saw this post today and I think it rings true, and I think a lot of people are feeling, but this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where I want to get into more topics where I can offer an opinion. I can offer a little bit more to you, the viewer, and we can form a discussion. So this person tweeted, being unemployed kills your inner soul and it's depressing. Let's pray for those who are job hunting. And I know some people might scoff at, like, you know, pray for those who are job hunting. I understand. I think they're just saying it as in a show of good faith and everything. But having seen it firsthand and gone through it myself, it is damning when, especially in the job market here in Canada, especially, I can't speak for the United States. I don't know. But if you relate to this, where you're applying to jobs and you're just getting no response at all, and it just feels like this endless battle, and then you start to think, is there something wrong with me? Why? And it's kind of similar to like a dating thing, right? Where you're not getting any responses and you wonder, is it something with me? Am I not good looking? Or does nobody want me? Why does nobody want me? And that can be very defeating and demeaning in a way, and exhausting to the psyche. And I just want you to know that it is no reflection of you or anything you've done. Again, the best, if you are finding yourself in this situation where you're applying and you're getting nothing, if you're starting to feel very down on yourself, or that, like, what is the way out? The best way I can offer advice into you is to find something that you can put your energy into. whether it is researching your current job role and how to be better at that role. And I know that feels exhausting, but it can help. It can help to be, when you're goal oriented, which is what a job provides you, it provides you tasks. It keeps your brain active. That stimulation can help you when you're going through certain times like this, when it feels super bleak. And again, it doesn't just have to be that. It could be researching a topic. It could be writing. It could be taking up a passion that you didn't think you had the time for. And I know that feels wrong to focus on your passion when you should be finding a job, but the job will come. It's kind of like when you're looking for your keys and you can't find them, and then you stop, or that object, and then you stop looking and you're like, oh, it's right there. It's kind of like that. You need to obviously still be applying, but when it's at the frontier of your mind and all you can think about is that, sometimes you feel like you're on the right path, but you're really getting lost in the maze of it all. So it's good to step back, recalibrate, continue to pursue those jobs and what you're looking for, but try to build on something try to have a goal and something that you're working towards in your daily life that can help benefit you in some way, even if it is personal growth. That is so important, and that at the end of the day is what will get you through those times. Like right now, I'm a prime example for this. I am not having a good time job-wise. Got laid off from one job, went to another job to get very minimal hours. I look at the job prospects for what my job pays, and the undervaluing of editing and video editing is astounding. It's very disparaging. This is a word I was looking for earlier, but I remembered it now. It's very disparaging. When you feel like that and you kind of feel like, what am I going to do? Well, I shifted and I pivoted because as I said, I've always wanted to do content creation in some kind of capacity since the inception of YouTube, and I never took it seriously. So I said to myself, I have so much free time. I don't know what I'm going to do. I obviously have to figure out there comes a time when I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do and where I'm going to work and everything. But right now, in this in-between time of that, I'm going to focus on streaming and content creation and actually building towards that life that I want to live outside of my profession. Another thing could be you want to work out. You want to get healthier. One thing that is going to help you, especially keep your mental good in a time of, like I said, where it's disparaging, where you're feeling down on yourself, go to the gym and get moving in any which way. You don't have to go to a gym necessarily. Start going for walks, set goals for certain kilometers or miles, and allow yourself to feel that sense of accomplishment and to be bettering yourself, because that is what's going to rejuvenate and help your mindset when it comes to obviously something that's going to put you in a very detrimental state of thinking, because you are good enough. Capitalism and the job market and everything, and employers just suck. Corporations suck. Much else to say. They are in their fucking prime right now with how the economy is and inflation and everything. They can make everyone jump through whatever hoops they want. They can post fucking fake roles or whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is you. And I know you got to pay your bills, but in the meantime, like I said, you got to balance it. Onto a job, actually kind of pivoting. I kept this in like a business section, so pivoting to a different job. post that's going pretty viral is the new CEO, Elliot Hill of Nike, started as an intern in 1988. So he started as an intern and apparel sales representative at a Nike store, and then he grew every year. About every 2 to 3 years, he grew from sales, sports, graphics, team sales, sales representative, sales management, director, team sports division, vice president, EMEA sales and retail, vice president and general manager, USA retail, vice president, USA commerce, vice president, global retail, vice president and general manager, North America, president, geographies and sales, president, geographies and integrated marketplace, president, consumer marketplace, and incoming president, chief executive officer. So insane resume to say, hey, for the past 36 years, I've worked for Nike. A lot of people would tell you that like this type of thing is dead, and maybe it is. I'm not here to tell you that you're going to be working for your current company for 36 years. I don't think this will be the case ever again. But it is astounding to see. And if only companies actually truly valued shit like this anymore. But they don't. I'm actually shocked it's Nike. So the person who retweeted this said, what I noticed every year or two he got promoted. Signs of a company that's investing in you. Nobody just wakes up and decides to give you 32 years of their life to any company. Free coffee, fruit bowls, and pizza. Team buildings won't cut it anymore. Absolutely. I don't know why companies think buying you like free pizza is like, oh my God, like I'm gonna fucking love you. It's like, dude, let me take half the day off. No, you wouldn't let me work from home. Ha! But we buy you pizza. Let me work from home. Oh, but we buy you pizza. I'm good, bro. Save your fucking pizza coupons and let me work from home, jackass. 32 years with the same company. Did these people not know math? He started in 1988. It's fucking 2024, dipshit. And then keeping on the working train. This was because obviously we did the work from home talk the other day, so I wanted to kind of keep rolling with that. So this person tweeted, offices lead to greater connection, inspiration, community, productivity, and even well-being. Yuck. I do believe well-being. I think it's good to see people, but I don't know about the connection, inspiration, community, productivity. Community, maybe, because if you don't have a community, sometimes making friends at work definitely helps with that. So someone retweeted that and said, my hot take is people don't mind offices. They hate commuting, though. If everyone was able to live a comfortable life within a 15-minute walk, train, drive to their office, they would probably go in more. But this is reserved for upper management and leadership that can afford to live near work. And that is true. And that came up during the discussion the other day, work from home, is I'm giving my employer, which work from home circumvented. My employer is only paying me for 8 hours of my day, but I'm spending another 2 to 4 going in for them, which makes it a 10 to 12 hour day, maybe even longer, depending on your commute. And they're not paying, and you're not getting paid for that. So I think it's very crucial to have that time for yourself. And I know, and I can speak to this as well. When I lived super close to my work, I lived in a basement apartment here in Toronto. I was paying, $900, which is super cheap here for a basement apartment, like in general, which for a 1-bedroom is unheard of now. That's like tripled in price since I had it. And I lived super close to my work. I didn't mind going in. I worked all the time because it was only a 20-minute drive down the road. Obviously traffic sucked, But yeah, remote work was never an idea on the table then. So I don't know, maybe I would have felt differently. But yeah, for me, I'm lazy as fuck. I'm not lazy as fuck, but I'm not a big walker. So like, I'm going to need that office to be like a 10-minute walk, maybe 5. Maybe 5. Could it just be in the same building in the retail space of my building? Could that not work? That's how I feel about it. But I do agree with this opinion that people honestly wouldn't mind going in if it wasn't as much of a burden and it wasn't taking so much time to commute. And then, you know, especially when you have dependents, even if it's a dog, you know, you're taking the dog for the walk. You got to like do all this shit before you get to work. And then you're still allowing for that hour plus commute or kids drop off, all this. Where do you have time for you? You don't. So definitely a good takeaway. And, you know, I do believe that for your mental health, and this was something I was actually talking to a buddy before this about COVID and the lockdowns. And I do believe that there was such a detriment to mental health, obviously during those times, like being super isolated. So I do think on a regular basis, not on a regular basis, but on a basis, it is good to go in. It's good to have a work meeting where you all grab lunch or a drink or something. The team building is important, and it's good for you and your mental health to just get out more as well and just change your surroundings. I don't think it should be all the time. You guys should know where I rest on the whole work from home thing, or on the whole work in office thing, whatever you want to call it. So yeah. Oh, and then here we have, I had to show this video because it was so good. It's a video that Chipotle has now begun testing bowl and salad making robots in its actual stores as labor costs continue to increase rapidly. So here's the video. The bowl goes into the machine. It poops out rice into your bowl. See, they're probably just so mad that people can't film inside the machine and start and intimidate people into giving them more food. Which is despicable, man. You fat fuck. You're filming the Chipotle worker being like, you better give me my proper portions. I understand that they're chinsing people, like they're cutting people short, but come on, dude. Put your phone away, you fat fuck. They're giving you a portion you probably need. So the retweet of this obviously is why I shared it. Corporations are so funny because they're going to innovate themselves out of an entire purchasing group. People who can't work don't buy things. Yeah, they don't, stupid. I had this argument and I had this video on my page. It's called Open AI Rant. And everyone came for me. All these fucking idiots who believe in shit like this, where machines are doing it for us or AI is doing all this work. They have this idea we live in this fucking utopian world where we just focus on our thousand. How the fuck you gonna pay to live, jackass? I bet you don't know. I will live for free. Oh, Elon will pay for it.
No, motherfucker, no one will. You'll be on the fucking streets, most likely dead, dipshit.
Fucking Christ. That was the bane of my existence when that happened. When I made that video. People arguing, trying to tell me that capitalism is just going to fade away because of AI's taking all the jobs. And we're just going to live for free. While all the computers do all the work. Yeah, right, buddy. Get fucking... Take a walk into the fucking ocean and don't come back out, dog. Give your head a shake. Oh my God. I love this. This next story is good. So, this was posted yesterday saying 28 years later was filmed on an iPhone 15 Pro Max with some attachments. Will be the biggest film ever shot on an iPhone. That's sick as hell. And I was saying to my buddy, that it would be so cool if it was kind of Cloverfield, like shaky footage type deal. Especially if you've seen the first one, like that's the vibes. The second one's a little bit more produced. Because they didn't go with the same vibe as the first one, which is the OG. So, and I think they're going back to their roots with this one. So a lot of people on the internet mocking it, saying an iPhone with some attachments in quotations. Cause so you have your iPhone here and then the gigantic lens and then all the monitor and all this. So there it is on this huge contraption. Now, I got kind of pissed about this, and my comments are, they are here. Oh, no. So this is what I said, and I stand by this take. Even if they were using a Sony or Ari, the camera would still be decked out. It's the fact that the body of the camera is an iPhone, which is insane. This person said no. It's like, okay. All right, man. No. Yes, that's the truth. You could have $100,000 camera. You get, I don't know how much a Sony Alexa is. Probably a lot. But like a basic bitch is it Ari Alexa? Or is it Sony Alexa? I can't remember. Ari Alexa? I can't remember. Whatever. The like cheap versions of those cameras are like $100,000, and they're just cubes. Okay. And that's what we hype. Even if when the Creator was filmed earlier this year, I can't remember who did it. Who did the Creator? Gareth Edwards. So Gareth Edwards got them to use an FX3 to film it, and that's super hype because I have an FX30, and FX3 is just it's just the full frame version of this camera, which is super hype because that is like anyone could go, not anyone, but like it's a consumer camera. You could go buy it. Whereas a movie camera, like a general cinema camera, most people cannot buy those because they are an exorbitant amount of money. As I said, the base of those cameras are they're like $100,000, and that's just the body, and then you still have to build them out. So I think it's a ridiculous take. This person's an idiot, by the way. I like how they just said no. They didn't say anything else. You have to understand that when it says shot on iPhone, everyone takes that at face value. It doesn't necessarily. They're not like fucking soccer mom. Like, all right, Killian, do your scene. Fucking idiot. No, it's a professional movie. They have that lens alone probably costs $100,000. Of course they're gonna use that. It's the fact that the brain and the body behind it that is filming it, the thing that is capturing the fucking goddamn video, is an iPhone. That is insane. That's amazing, and I will fucking die on this hill. I never would anyone 10, 12 years ago think that a feature-length film would be shot on this. I don't give a shit how much they have to rig it out. Even, like I was saying, even if they chose to do it on a Panasonic camera, like people would be like, why are they using that big lens on it? Dude, they'd be using it on a $5,000 FX3, jackass. Even that would be decked out. What, you think they're going to shoot it with fucking Sony lenses? Probably not. Come on. And then continuing with some tech news. The 30th edition of the PlayStation is here, and it looks so freaking good, man. I'm buying one of these controllers. I don't know how I'm going to get one. I'm not buying a new PlayStation because I already have a PS5. I don't need another one. I sent this to my buddy saying how hyped I was to get the controller, and he said that they have more colors for the PS5 than they do games. It's a bit of a kick in the nuts. But I don't even care. I'm getting that controller. Come hell or high water. So I'm super excited for that. I know there's only like limited amounts I think there's only 12,000 units that they're selling of the 30th anniversary edition of it all. So, but that's like the console. That's the bundle. And then this is just fun news. Someone tweeted this, so obsessed with this couple who thinks that they have telekinesis because they can make a thin piece of aluminum foil move with a gust of wind from their hand motions. Just in case it's got copyrighted music. You know what? I don't even care. Like when I first watched this video, I was actually like hyped for them. I'm like, bro, who cares? It looks like you're moving it with your mind. I'm like, maybe they are. Let's do telekinesis with my twin flame. They have a Patreon. Who's paying to see what's behind that what is behind that paywall? Imagine behind the paywall, they're like lifting cars and shit in their neighborhood with their mind. We're all like, oh, you idiots are moving tinfoil with gusts of wind. That's the freebie, man. When you get behind the paywall, they're like levitating. They're actually just gods. Fuck. Am I about to subscribe to their Patreon? I think I am. And then this is just good news as well. So Speed, he hit 1 million live viewers on his Indonesia tour. I'll cover the steak logo. Fuck you. Honestly, man, I don't think I've seen a creator who like he deserves it so much. I've said this before. I even tweeted this. This man, because so many people, especially in a time right now where they're like, Chapel Rowan is like shitting on, like, I understand like she doesn't want like creepy male stalkers and like she has every right to say that and shit, but people can keep feeling like she's shitting on her fans. I'm not gonna say anything about the stalker thing, but in a time where like, and a lot of celebrities, you know, they can be awkward. They don't want to be approached by fans. They don't want fans to come near them or interact with them. And you know, like that's their comfortability. They have no obligation to do so in that. But Speed is the opposite of that, in that he sees someone and his fans are young. They're very impressionable. They're obviously super excited to see them and like they're freaking out. This man meets them with such like joy and hype, and just he deserves all the fame he has garnered and is continuing to get. He's just great in every which way. I obviously don't know him, but I honestly cannot hate on this man. I think he deserves getting 1 million like live viewers. It's amazing because the energy he brings and everything he does is, I think it's exactly what the world needs. And he's the perfect creator in the sense that like he gives the fans the experience that they see on the platform in person. He is all that he advertises. He is this joyous, hype, outrageous, fun figure that is just constantly, you know, bringing everyone up around them. And I honestly am so happy for him. So I thought it was very cool to share that with you guys as well. And going back to a little bit of more of what I wanted to like look at is, again, going into like an advice thing. So this said, mature men who are 25 plus, please drop one piece of advice to men 18 to 24. It can be about anything. I saw a lot of bad advice in here. luck does not exist. Not everyone is your friend. Luck exists, man. People just get lucky. That's just how it goes. Sometimes people just get lucky. Don't believe that luck doesn't exist. Do not rely solely on luck, because that's foolish. But to say it doesn't exist is foolish as well. Not everyone is your friend. Okay, true. The path to success is lonely. That is so fucking false. I cannot begin to describe. It is lonely if you choose it to be lonely. Success does not have to be lonely. If you want to just be untrusting of those and just focus, like, you can just focus on your success. And I think what they're trying to say by this is that not everyone will understand your path and what you're doing, because generally for someone to be successful, it takes a lot of hours of dedication and missing out on certain things in order to do that. And not everyone is going to understand that. But that does not mean that you have to be lonely. It just means that there will be sacrifices. 85% of degrees are worthless. Oh, like schooling? Yeah, it kind of, yeah, sure. I think knowledge is power, so I'm not knocking knowledge. I do believe that we live in a society where this piece of paper from a post-secondary institution matters way too much. And that's always been my take. As I said, I did not go to school for what my profession is. The wrong partner equals costly mistake. Your weekend can create your week end. Okay, fuck off. Men in your 20s, you don't need a girlfriend/wife. Many young men generate this anxiety about themselves because of social pressure. First, you must learn to be alone and level up every single stage of your life to become attractive to others. This is kind of wrong again. It's like, it sucks. It's like kind of good advice, but it's just wrong. It's wrong at the same time. So absolutely, the pressure to get a girlfriend or a wife is huge. And a lot of self-worth seems to be attached to having a girlfriend or a wife or anything like that. It seems to be attached to self-worth. That is not a reflection of you as a person. There is definitely something to be said that, and it's, you know, you need to love yourself so someone else can love you. Is that what it is? I might be butchering that. Maybe I'm giving that advice. But that is like a lesson that like men need to learn, is that, you know, where he says, first you must be alone and level up every stage of your life to become more attractive to others. It's not about being attractive. It's about being comfortable with yourself, knowing yourself, self-confidence, being secure, who you are, what you want to be, where you are in life. That's what matters. That's what you need. That's what you should figure out. Because if you love yourself, if you love who you are, it is easier for other people to love you as well. And you can love. I think it's love yourself and then you can love others. I can't remember, man. I've been out of therapy too long. But the advice I'm trying to convey is that you don't need to having a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or whatever, or if you're not like married or whichever, if you're unable to find a partner, that is not a reflection on you necessarily. But you do need to reflect on that sometimes and say, okay, where am I going wrong? Am I seeking the wrong partner? Am I going after the wrong people? Am I aligning with my values? What are my values? Who am I? Kind of thing, right? And that's why being secure in who you are, what you want to be, where you are in life helps. And loving and knowing yourself and what you deserve. What do you deserve? And what should you be allowing in your life? And then you'll be at peace with not necessarily finding that partner or dating someone and it not working out. You don't need to be mad over it. It's just how it was. And sometimes things don't work out for bad or worse. Yeah. Here's another one. Like, it's so like red pill on fucking Twitter. Men in your 20s, no porn, no alcohol, 2 to 4 eggs a day. Like, what is this? A fucking, like, a workout? What is this shit? 3 liters of water? Like, they're not joining the fucking military, you crazy kook, you fucking idiot.
10 hut, no pork, no alcohol, 2 to 4 eggs a day, 3 liters of water, 6 to 7 hours of sleep, 10,000 plus steps a day, 500 push-ups daily, or you're gay. No meals in the morning, write at least 1,000 words daily, write 5 things you're grateful for.
Okay, now that dumbass shit is over with, you do not need to do 500 push-ups daily in order to be a man, be successful. If you want to, you can. But that's ridiculous. 10,000 steps a day, great advice. This is like more of a health and wellness plan, not just what men in your 20s should be doing. Everyone should be doing 10,000 plus steps a day if you can. 6 to 7 hours of sleep is not much. You should be getting 7 to 8. 3 liters of water is great advice. I don't do that. Drink the 3 liters of water. Write at least 1,000 words daily. Good advice. Write 5 things you're grateful for. Also good advice. I don't think you have to do that daily, but definitely write. It's good to be grateful. It's good to take stock of your life. What are you grateful for? As someone who constantly kind of views life without, I get caught up in that and I forget to just be grateful and happy with the things that I have. So I completely understand. They said no meals in the morning. Eat breakfast. That is such an important meal. Don't listen to this. Please. No alcohol. You can drink alcohol. You're in your 20s. Have fun. Don't drink alcohol in excess, but drink if you choose to. No porn. Unless you're trying to become an angelic being, don't know why it matters if you look at porn, man. You're not hurting. Like, porn addiction is bad, and I understand how porn is rampant in our society now. And it's become exceedingly acceptable. Is that the word? Yeah, it's like widely accepted due to OnlyFans. It's just very it's just a part of our society. And social media is flooded with porn. So I kind of understand not giving into it, but I also don't think you have to cut everything in moderation, my friends. Everything in moderation. Except crack. Don't do that in moderation. Don't do that at all. That's the one thing I'll be like, yeah, bro, don't do that. Should I end this here on the don't do crack line? Absolutely. All right, guys. That has been it for me. Dude, we're going on an hour and 4 minutes right now. That seems to be the stream times I am hitting as of late. So these are just live podcasts. Yeah, so I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Shout out to Eddie. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Always appreciate you. You're day one. I'll never forget it. And I loved seeing you in these fucking comments. You're such a gem. Hope you have a great weekend, dude. And I'll see you on Monday, and I'll see you the rest of you on Monday. And I'll talk to you then. Peace out.